It's time now for Countywide, a special presentation of Yavapai Broadcasting News. Join Paul David and Kyle Benedict as they talk with our community's leaders, newsmakers, and people in the know. You'll hear about the hot topics that affect all our lives in Yavapai County. And now here's today's Countywide.
Welcome to Countywide. I'm Kyle Benedict. Today we are talking, we got Yavapai College back in studio talking about their College for Kids program and early college programs for high school students and people looking just to kind of learn some stuff about getting into college earlier, and we'll talk about dual enrollment and all this stuff for high school students. So in studio today from Yavapai College, as I mentioned, we have Linda Buchanan. She's Community Education Coordinator at Yavapai College, and Heather Mulcair, Director of Recruitment and Early College Programs. Thank you both for being in here today.
Thank you, Kyle.
So, you guys all done with spring semester, right? Like blink of an eye.
We are. It's in the rearview mirror.
So summer is here, and a lot of parents, you know, trying to figure out where their kids are out of school, some options for them. Of course, there's summer camps all over the place, but College for Kids. This isn't something that's new. I mean, can you talk about the program and I guess first off, how long has it been established?
College for Kids started at the Verde Valley campus more than 20 years ago, and it was actually a faculty and staff initiative that they took on, just imagining what it would be like to bring younger students onto campus and share that campus experience with them. So it's grown pretty steadily over the past 2 decades, and in fact about 10 or 12 years ago, the Verde Valley campus helped establish a College for Kids program on the Prescott campus too. So College for Kids operates throughout our district, and 2 very unique programs. The Prescott campus has its own program, and the Verde Valley campus has its own program. So we've been doing it long enough to be pretty good at it, but getting better every year with collaboratives with our school districts particularly.
And how old, what's the age range here for College for Kids?
School age from kindergarten through high school. So we start with students that have in kindergarten learned to line up and have basic social skills associated with being in a learning community. But then it's age grouped, so we have kindergarten through 2nd grade, 3rd through 5th grade, 6th through 8th grade, and then our high school students. So class at the college will be mixed grades, generally in that format.
Okay, and when you talk about some of the programs and classes offered, I mean, I was looking online at yc.edu for more information on everything that we're going to be talking about here. yc.edu is the place to go. A ton of classes. I mean, can you go through some of the, I guess, more popular ones?
Yes. Well, they're all popular in their own way, but one experience that we have that's very unique to the campus, and the school districts just can't emulate this, is the work that goes on in our ceramics and our art labs. The kids in there are using all the adult equipment and opportunities, and they have a very lab-based experience. So those art classes fill up quickly. But our science classes are fantastic too, because we are able to do field trips throughout the Verde Valley. We use our outdoor learning environment, and the kids are often out in the field learning to do research, logging things in their notebooks, and then they return to campus and are doing a lab-based research opportunity in the classroom. And again, it's an adult setting, but with uniquely child-oriented learning opportunities.
Yeah, and we were talking about scheduling for the show, and how it's, I mean, College for Kids, it really is like scheduling if you're at a university or at Yavapai College, scheduling your semester. Talk about just scheduling and how that goes, and how you just formulate the classes that you want and kind of put them into the times and days of the week.
Great. It is. It's a menu of courses that we offer, and it's possible, again, it's completely driven by the child's interest or the family's prerogative which classes they choose to take. And our programming starts at 9 o'clock in the morning, and you can take a single morning session or 2 classes in the morning, or And then we have USDA school lunch available at no charge on campus for all the children. And then there's an afternoon block. So the different school districts are running buses onto campus, as well as parents may provide private transportation. But the family absolutely picks the courses that are of interest and age appropriate for their child or children, and they can stack them. The time blocks do mesh, as you mentioned, like the adult scheduling, and they pick and choose what's just right for them. We run a 3-week session in June, from June 5th through the 22nd, and we run a 2-week session in July, from July 10th to the 20th this year. So.
Okay. So now, Heather, you know, being the director of recruitment and early college programs, do you come across these kids who've been in this program maybe for a couple of years, or maybe through middle school and high school? I mean, and what's kind of their preparedness level going into college?
We do run into them all the time, actually. We have a middle school program called the Rough Rider Troop program that we bring. It's an hour-and-a-half long program that for 7th and 8th graders. So many times when they come to campus for that program, they've already been through College for Kids. They've already been on campus. They're familiar with it. They're not scared about being on campus. So it is a really great experience. And then we grab them up in high school and start preparing them to take college courses.
Yeah, it seems like, I mean, it's nerve-wracking going into college and getting onto a new campus. You're used to high school, you're used to middle school, and kind of that similar format between the two, but then you're off to college, and just the word college, right, is a little intimidating for some people. So I imagine having, at least even at a young age, like you said, being able to schedule and go from class to class and follow that schedule, and also just learn the basic structure, I think, is what's I've really been talking to you before the show and now about this College for Kids, is it's really structured like a college semester. When we're talking about,
Kyle, one thing that we treasure about the College for Kids program is that it brings families to campus. And so for some of the children attending, it may be that family's first introduction to college readiness. And so while the children are taking classes on campus, the parents in some cases are exploring their opportunities too, or using the public computers at our college campus library. The campus is really a very inviting space for the community, and we also have many adult students whose children are in the summer program, and we even have some situations where there's 3 generations of a family taking classes on campus at the same time.
Well, that kind of leads into, for people who are getting ready to go into actually Yavapai College, you have the Discover Yavapai program. Can you talk about that program, Heather?
Sure. Again, it's an hour-and-a-half long program. We actually have one this Wednesday at the Verde campus at 10 a.m. It's a free program. It's 45 minutes of a presentation about admissions, financial aid, and residence life. We do have 2 residence halls over on the Prescott campus. 216 students can live in the halls. So we talk about all of the planning that's involved in that, along with a campus tour. So you can access that program for free on the Verde campus this Wednesday at 10 o'clock.
Okay, yeah, and it's going to be great information there, especially financial aid. A lot of people wondering how, and that's, you know, kind of a difficult process if you're not too familiar with it. And then real quick before we take our first break, were you an instructor?
I was.
For College for Kids? Talk about that.
I started out as a College for Kids instructor. Okay. I taught at Mingus for 11 years as an agriculture teacher, and I got to bring those skills forward when Linda asked me to teach for College for Kids. And I also was a dual enrollment instructor for 7 years before I came to work for Yavapai.
Whew, okay. Nice resume. Well, we'll talk about dual enrollment program and some of the other early college programs when we come back from break. So we're going to take a quick break here on Countywide. We'll see you in a couple minutes.
The Q102.9 plays all the hits.
Yo, what's going on? This is Drizzy Drake.
Ariana Grande.
Maroon 5.
This is Rihanna.
I'm Shawn Mendes.
Hey, it's Bruno Mars.
Ed Sheeran.
What's up, guys? It's Justin Bieber.
You're listening to The Weeknd.
Start your day with Brian James in the morning. You'll get at least 10 songs in a row during your ride home with Julie Page.
Zach Sang Show.
Catch the Zach Sang Show weeknights 7 to midnight. And Kelly Fox weekends on your home for hit music. The Q102.9 and 104.9 in Prescott and Cottonwood.
This was me.
and Mom and Dad. And my big brother Alex. And Jack. And this was the day that I learned that sandals get their name from sand. That jellyfish aren't made of jelly. That stars don't just come from the sky. That the ocean is bigger than all of us. This is the day we all got to forget that I was sick. And it changed everything. This was my wish.
I call you and say, I'm with the IRS. You owe back taxes, and if you don't pay today, you're going to jail. You can fix this by sending cash. Did you actually believe me? Too smart to fall for it? Well, last year, Americans paid $100 million to guys like me. 1 in 6 people were scammed. Can you believe it? Well, you shouldn't. I just made that up, too. You are a little gullible.
Welcome back to Countywide. I'm Kyle Benedict in studio with Linda Buchanan. She's Community Education Coordinator at Yavapai College, and Heather Mulcair, Director of Recruitment and Early College Programs. So we were talking about college for kids and all of the classes offered for really the age group. Can you go through the age group again?
Sure. The age groups are kindergarten through 2nd grade,
Okay.
3rd through 5th grade, 6th through 8th, and then we have a high school group.
Yeah, so covering the spectrum there. And then we're going to get into dual enrollment here and some other early college programs. But before we do that, I want to kind of go back to College for Kids and talk about the robotics program, because I found the page on yc.edu and looked at some photos from there, and it looks like a blast.
It is a blast. The robotics program, again, is available for all of those age groups, and it features science, technology, engineering, and math all rolled into one. The students from the tiniest, our tiniest students on up through high school are literally doing engineering and design work on computers, and then hands-on building what they've designed, experimenting with it, seeing if it works or not, and then back to the drawing board and do it again. So robotics is available in June for that 3-week programming, but it culminates with an amazing experience called Bot Brain Camp, when our college level professors come over. Bot Brain, it is cool. Our college level professors come over from the Career and Technology Education Center and bring the biggest, best equipment that adult students are learning on. And so we have a 1-week intensive Bot Brain Camp that is open to students in 7th through 9th grade. There is an application process for it, but there's no charge to attend. It's grant funded, and so that's kind of a neat culmination. But it's fantastic.
Yeah.
You just see these little kids doing design work on a computer and then turning it into real functioning equipment.
And it looks like a lot of fun too. And you mentioned, I mean, all those age groups can take different levels within the robotics program, I guess. And so, if you're really liking it in 1st grade, 2nd grade, you can continue on up through high school, and then get into Yavapai College, and next thing you know, they're making really elaborate things. So we also want to talk about the scholarship program.
Yes, that is a real gift to our community, and we have philanthropic individuals as well as philanthropic organizations that provide scholarship funding for children to attend the College for Kids program. And it's a very simple application process. The parent or guardian just states the need and the child's top 2 preferences for classes to get into, and we do everything possible to make sure that works for the family. The school districts also have provided some funding for children in their district. So each child's situation may be unique, but we at the college are committed to finding a way to make sure that they get to take the classes that are of interest to them.
And information on for scholarships and all that stuff through yc.edu?
You can,
okay.
And if it's appropriate to give my direct line at the college, I would love to provide my phone number to 928-634-6530. And the forms are available at the Answer Center. Families can just walk in and do the paperwork right on site and turn it in. It is not as complex as the FAFSA process, right? Actually, and these aren't loans, these are scholarship gifts that help the children participate.
Great. Well, College for Kids, it just sounds like a great program, and it's, you know, over the summer, so it's something if the parents are looking, you know, give their kids an educational opportunity while also being able to go to work without worrying what your kids are
Absolutely.
doing.
Open for everybody, and from our Yavapai College homepage, there is a super easy link that says search and register for classes.
There you go.
You hit that, and you can get into any kind of classes.
It opens the world of College for Kids.
Right. Yep.
Well, moving on to more high school students, Heather, can you talk about the opportunities for high school students that you guys provide?
Okay, so in the early college program, it acts like an umbrella for 3 programs. Dual enrollment is one. That's our largest enrollment. That's where we offer college courses at the high school. So in the Verde Valley, we partner with Sedona, Mingus, Camp Verde in the dual enrollment program. We also partner with Valley Academy of Career and Technical Education to provide career and technical education courses through the JTED program. Those courses are offered on our campuses. We're going to offer culinary this fall. After the renovation has been completed, we're really excited about that. We also have a medical assisting program that students can get involved in, and film media arts.
Okay, wow.
And then we also have Concurrent Enrollment program, which is the 3rd program under that umbrella. That's where students can really participate in any program. They can act like a college student as long as they meet the prerequisites for the course, if there is one. They pay tuition. And they can take classes like welding that are offered in the evening at Mingus High School, or anything with us online or at one of our campuses.
Wow, okay, so that's while you're in high school, you can pay, you know, the tuition and everything and get into a class at Yavapai College. And then dual enrollment, that's just taking a class that benefits your progress in high school as well as getting credit in college?
Correct, yep.
Okay, great. Well, talking about credits, and just with a lot of people, they go to a community college, Yavapai College, you know, there's a lot of options, and then they go on to a university or a larger school, and with that is transferring credits. And you hear about some people who are a little confused on that process, and maybe some people say, like I know when I transferred from a community college down to the Valley up to NAU, lost some credits and I had to retake a couple classes, and I don't know if it was just because I didn't exactly know the process and I wasn't exactly sure on what I was doing, but it seemed like some classes didn't equal the level of a university class, even though it was on the same topic. How can students make sure that they understand that transfer process and make sure that they're getting the most out of those classes that they already take?
Absolutely. Well, I think Yavapai College is very special and unique in the fact that for the early college program, we have our own set of academic advisors. So we actually go into the high schools, we pull these students out for academic advising appointments to talk very specifically about transferring, whether that's in-state or out of state. So my first suggestion would be for our students who are interested in taking these classes to be meeting with us either in their high school or at a college campus. The other thing is that there's a website, aztransfer.com, and that website shows how every community college in Arizona, how their courses will or will not transfer to an Arizona university.
Oh, great.
I know, right? If that would have been available to us.
Because it could be different from one university to another. Like Northern Arizona University could choose to accept.
Gotcha. So you can look at that before you even enroll in a class.
That's right.
Yavapai College.
That's what we recommend. Absolutely. So you know whether it's going to be equivalent to a course that's required for your bachelor's degree, or it's going to be an elective.
Okay. Wow.
Or not transferable
Hindsight,
at all.
right?
Yeah.
Hindsight.
Yes.
Okay. Well, we got to take our second break. Sitting down with Linda Buchanan and Heather Mulcair from Yavapai College. Countywide. We'll be back in a couple minutes.
The Q102.9 plays all the hits.
Yo, what's going on? This is Drizzy Drake.
Ariana Grande.
Maroon 5.
This is Rihanna. Mateo.
I'm Shawn Mendes.
Hey, it's Bruno Mars.
Ed Sheeran.
What's up, guys? It's Justin Bieber.
You're listening to The Weeknd.
Start your day with Brian James in the morning. You'll get at least 10 songs in a row during your ride home with Julie Page.
Zach Sang Show.
Catch the Zach Sang Show weeknights 7 to midnight. And Kelly Fox weekends on your home for hit music. The Q102.9 and 104.9 in Prescott and Cottonwood.
I didn't know where my life was going. With Wounded Warrior Project's help, I was able to get my life back in order. I thank Wounded Warrior Project not only for helping me, but also helping veterans that I know that are dealing with the same struggles that I am. Wounded Warrior Project understood what I was going through. I'm grateful that Wounded Warrior Project helped me reestablish my life. I am living proof.
Hello, I'm Jen Cohen, host of Verde Valley TV's hit TV show, The Verde Valley Experience. On each episode, we feature local organizations, nonprofits, persons of interest, events, activities, and great local musicians. It's informative, it's entertaining, it's fun. It's the Verde Valley Experience.
We meet online, and I tell you, I'm falling in love. I have to see you in person, but I need a loan for the ticket. I really think you're the one. And I really think you're desperate. Sure enough, you sent cash and never see me again. Too smart to fall for this? Last year alone, 12 million Americans lost money this way. Can you believe it? You shouldn't. I made that up, too. Might not be as smart as you thought you were.
Welcome back to Countywide. Just a few minutes left in the program. Linda Buchanan, Community Education Coordinator, and Heather Mulcair, Director of Recruitment and Early College Programs for Yavapai College in studio. Linda, before we take off here today, can you just go over the registration process for College for Kids again? All the information is on yc.edu, but just for folks, can you run through that again?
Absolutely. It's a super easy registration process. It can be done online directly by the family, but we also have people ready to assist at the school districts and in my office. So, excuse me, just to encourage you to come in through any of those available channels by phone call, online, or in person on campus, and we'll help the family get their kids registered for the courses of their choosing.
And how much is College for Kids, or is it by course basis?
It is individual on a course-by-course basis. So there are some courses that are as little as $25 and some that are as much as $225. So it depends on the nature of the experience, how many hours they're in the classroom, and what those other learning-related experiences are. So, for instance, with our filmmaking program, very intensive, complete production, but again, scholarship money makes any class possible for any child.
Okay, there you go, and you can find that through yc.edu.
Yep. Everything
begins Monday, June 5th?
That's correct.
Okay, perfect. And then
first session, and second session. Monday, July 10th.
Okay, perfect. And then Heather, you want to run through some dates for just Yavapai College students?
Absolutely. If any students are interested, or anyone is interested in getting registered, there is still time to get into the summer session, which starts June 5th. And then fall begins August 24th, and we are registering right now. So anybody who's interested in taking classes, if you need assistance with that, you can call our answer center or come to campus, and we'd be happy to help.
And aztransfer.com if you have any questions on transferring credits. I mean,
that's our
what a
insider
great resource.
tip
Yeah, that's
of the day.
Look at that. We're getting the inside scoop here. I mean,
yes.
What a good resource, just because it's hectic when you're going through your schedule and trying to line out the courses, and then you're thinking, okay, well, 2 years from now I want to be at a university, and this is what I want to do at the university, but are these credits going to transfer? And a lot of people, unfortunately, I think find out that some of them don't, or maybe they just weren't taking the proper courses.
Yep.
And I think what you said about certain universities in the state accept different classes for different programs. So I think when you go through the aztransfer.com, and then Linda, real quick, you want to give your phone number again?
I do, 928-634-6530.
Okay.
And we just want every family in the Verde Valley to know that they have a college opportunity at Yavapai College. Great chance in the summer to dip your toe into that learning pool and become part of the higher education community.
And from the pictures, it looks like a blast. So again, yc.edu for more information. It begins June 5th, the first session. That's going to do it for today's Countywide. Thank you guys for coming in today.
Thank you.
Thanks, Kyle.
We'll talk and see you next time.